As the pandemic subsides, the WIAA has cleared the way for the return of high school basketball. For the Bremerton Knights, they commended the 2021 campaign, feeling something to prove. For the much improved Bulldogs, they feel they are ready to contend once again for an Olympic League title. Who will come out on top? Find out next on the BremertonBasketball.com High School Basketball Game of the Week. It's the Knights and the Bulldogs, and the action starts now.
To open the 2021 high school basketball season, the North Mason Bulldogs hopped onto one of their big yellow buses and motored the 26 miles to Bremerton High School. Since 2005, the Bulldogs and the Knights have faced each other 29 times, with Bremerton winning 22 of the contests, including the last 4. A standout guard under his father Larry Kogstad, Brett led the 2009 Bulldogs to an Olympic League championship and a 5th place finish in the WIA Class 2A state tournament. Now, head coach Brett Kogstad took the reins of his alma mater in 2017 and was facing the Knights for the 7th time, having beaten Bremerton only twice prior. Also an alumnus, Maya Davis averaged 20 points per game his senior year and led the Knights to a 5th place finish in the state tournament. He then went on to help the Pacific University Tigers reach the Sweet 16 in the NCAA men's basketball tournament before playing for more than a decade professionally in Europe. He became the Bremerton head boys basketball coach in 2014 and was directing the Knights for the 13th time against the Bulldogs. Last season, the Knights and the Bulldogs played twice, with Bremerton winning both games. The first was a raucous affair in Belfair that Bremerton held on to win 57-50 at the free throw line. Sophomore point guard Rube Wilson led the Knights that night with 15 points, with 2 of his 4 3-point baskets coming in the fourth quarter. The second game was over by the end of the first quarter, as Bremerton jumped to a 14-2 lead and never looked back. On senior night, senior Keith Jackman recorded a game-high 20 points for the Knights, while sophomore sensation D'Angelo Moore added an additional 19 points. Let me turn the mic over to Bremerton's PA announcer, Jay Montgomery, to announce Bremerton's starting 5 for the 2020-21 season.
Junior number 1, D'Angelo Moore. This was junior number 2, Amir Khan. This was junior number 3, Ruth Wilson. I will senior number 4, Caleb Washington. And 16 junior number 12, Monday Taylor.
The honor of scoring the first basket of the season in the Leslie Thorne Gym fell to North Mason. While, on the other end of the floor, it took 4 night attempts and 2 offensive rebounds by junior Kanye Taylor before senior Caleb Washington dropped Bremerton's first basket, a 3. Leading 5-4, Olympic High transfer Amir Patton took advantage of an easy open court pick to send a message that he would be a major player for the Knights this season. And, shortly thereafter, junior first-team All-Leaguer D'Angelo Moore joined the mix with his own open court steal for his first 2 points of the game. Then, junior Kanye Taylor showed off the new skills he had developed since last season with his high-post driving layup off the glass. Finally, Moore closed out Bremerton's first quarter scoring with his own driving glass-assisted layup, this one along the far baseline. Looking at the first quarter team comparison, one can see that the Knights came out ahead because of their effort on the glass, out-rebounding the Bulldogs 12 rebounds to 2. Both teams also displayed considerable opening game jitters based upon the plethora of turnovers committed by both. Sensing that a change was needed to spark the Knights, Coach Davis inserted seniors Daryl Smith and Jason White into the lineup to start the second quarter. The move proved to be effective as Patton sealed his defender high in the key and then pivoted for a banking deuce on Bremerton's opening possession. Wilson followed 2 plays later with a spinning left side floater to put the Knights up 17-13. Midway into the quarter, Taylor got into the action by hauling in a Wilson missed 3, his 9th rebound of the game, and putting it back for his 5th point. Just north of 2 minutes left in the game, Wilson heaved a 2-handed pass to midcourt, which Moore hauled in and converted into his 7th point of the game. Taylor then took advantage of sloppy North Mason passing to highlight his new slashing abilities again. And Moore closed out the second quarter for the Knights on an assisted 3-pointer from Taylor. Heading into the halftime locker room, it was clearly evident that North Mason was in trouble, not scoring-wise, but in the ball-handling department. In the second 8 minutes of play, they had doubled their turnovers to 13, and Bremerton had capitalized on the mistakes to tally 10 steals. Confident, the starting 5 of Wilson, Moore, Patton, Washington, and Taylor returned to the floor to begin the third quarter. But it wasn't until the Knights turned the ball over twice, committed a foul, and North Mason switched to 3 that Moore banked a 3-pointer in from the top of the key to reignite Bremerton's scoring. Taylor then proceeded to steal the Bulldogs' inbound pass on the very next play, got fouled attempting a baseline layup, and stepped to the charity stripe. After dropping both free throws, the Knights led 36-22. Taylor also scored the Knights' next basket, a slashing layup from the free throw line off a Moore assist. Washington then gave the Bulldogs something to think about as he drained his second trifecta of the game, following a Patton offensive rebound. Shortly thereafter, Patton was on the receiving end of a Wilson bomb and recorded his first basket of the quarter, 7th of the game. Ethan Collins' three-pointer at the third quarter buzzer was the high point of the period for North Mason. All over the floor they were getting beat by Bremerton. Their 22 turnovers almost equaled the points they had scored. To begin the final period, Coach Davis called on 3 of his reserves, sophomore Sam Tucker, senior Jason White, and senior Jason Nolting. But it was the game starters that carried the Knights to victory, as Washington dropped his third three of the game. Then Taylor slid a slashing layup in off the glass from the top of the key. But substitute Tucker did manage to put points in the scorebook when he was on the receiving end of a Wilson steal assist. Taylor then put the Knights' 60th point on the board with an 18-foot jump shot, his first made jumper of the game. And senior Darrell Smith tallied his lone assist of the game, hitting more zipping down the right side of the court, as he regularly does. In the end, the outcome boiled down to 2 things: assists and turnovers. Bremerton's 13 assists clearly indicated they were working together, and the Knights' 16 turnovers paled in comparison to the Bulldogs' 31 fumbles. To have 3 players score in double figures is obviously the way Coach Davis likes to open the season, especially when one of those scorers, Kanye Taylor, also recorded a double-double, 17 points and 15 rebounds. What is concerning, though, is the absence of bench scoring, as sophomore Sam Tucker was the only reserve to add points to Bremerton's final total.